is your first time clicking on this video, my name is Mufaro Mumba and we are the Monday Makers. We are movers, we are shakers, we are goal setters, we are goal crushers. We believe in making our lives, and we do this by having one transparent and open conversation at a time. We talk about business, we talk about faith, we talk about life and everything that is in between. So we believe in making our Monday because Mondays set the tone for the week. The weeks become months and the months roll into the years, and they ultimately make up our lives. So if this is your first time here, hey, hit that subscribe button and become a part of our amazing family. And to my Monday makers, my movers and my shakers, welcome back. I know you're not impressed with me, but I will explain. Yeah, I'm gonna explain. Welcome back. Thank you so much for clicking on another video. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for all the support. So the reason why I'm laughing is because I posted on my stories and I asked people like, hey guys, so I'm back. Like, let's do a Q&A. Guys, none of you asked me any question except, where were you? Where were you? Where were you? Everyone was so mad with me and they're like, where were you? So this video is just to explain that, to explain where was I and what was I doing, and also to welcome you to a new month. Welcome to the month of November. Hey girl, hey boy, welcome to the month of November. So where do I start? So I think the last time I was here was, and embarrassingly, almost 4 months ago. Yeah, it's been that long. And so the last time that I left you, I think, okay, I had a vlog. I have a vlog for you guys. But yeah, my life problems, yeah. This vlog is trapped, and I will explain as the story goes along. So the last time when I left you, I had announced that I was going for a conference, a South African computer science and information technology conference. So if you don't know, I am in tech. Yes, I am a girl in tech. And so my research paper from last year for my finals got accepted at this conference. They accepted for me to present it, so I was requested to come and present my paper, and it was accepted for the Springers edition. Guys, denial. It's not denial. No, it's not. So yeah, when I left you, I had announced that, so that is stuck in the other vlog when I made that announcement. And so I was set to travel to Zwackstof, somewhere between Pretoria and Johannesburg. So I have family in Johannesburg. So I was like, hey, you know what? Before I go for the conference, let me go and see my family, and then I will make my way to the conference. Drama. When I tell you drama, I saw drama. So I'm traveling. My phone decides to die. So my phone is what I used to film, and yeah, it decided to just tap out. And I had no way of notifying my family that I had arrived. So I was basically stranded for some time. But yeah, you know, finally we managed to get hold of each other, and then they collected me. Let's get to the day of actually traveling to the conference. This was supposed to be a story time. I thought, let me split it and make it into a story time, but I was just like, you know what, for context sake, so that you understand, you can sympathize with your girl. Remember, I have a dead phone, right? And so I was set to drive to Johannesburg and then Uber from Joburg to this place, right? On the day, I drive to Joburg, I leave well, but where I was supposed to go drop off the car. Tell me, oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry about that. Tell me why I was lost for over an hour and a half. Guys, and if you know Kempton Park, yes, I couldn't find the place I was supposed to leave the car for an hour and a half. And so basically that completely set off my plans. And so I ended up arriving like 20 minutes before my presentation was due. It was just a mess, which is not what I had planned in my head. I had planned, like, I'm a type A personality. I had planned I'm going to arrive early in the morning, 8 o'clock. I'm there. I see other people's presentations because my presentation was in the afternoon. I'm like, I see other people's presentations. I'll do my presentation. And because I wanted to create content for you guys, can you see how much love I have for you? I was like, let me create content for my people. And the devil's like, no, sissy, no, you can't have it that way. But anyways, I enjoyed the experience. It was such a lovely experience. And being in a room with some of the most brilliant minds in our field, it was really, really, really amazing. So after that, I decided, anyways, let me actually go home, right? Because I hadn't been home in almost 4 months, I think. Yeah, so I was like, hey, let me go home, right? And so I went home, and having been away from my business for so long, like, mind you, my phone is still dead in all of this. Just keep it in the back of your mind that my phone is dead. So I basically went home. I had nothing to vlog with, and I was just like, you know what, it's fine. Let me live in the moment. Let me enjoy spending time with my family. I devoted my attention to my business, and so yeah. So in the midst of that period, yeah, when I went home, the ship tanked. So I had a lot of time to reflect on my year and to just think about the things that I had wanted to do, the things that I had set out to do initially, and just basically see my plan to say, hey, where am I at pertaining the goals and the things that I noted down at the start of the year. And you know what? I do not want to lie. I would be lying, hey, if I said I was very, very happy. There were many things that disappointed me when I went home. And like, I got to a place where, like, I just wanted to write off the year. Like, I had very few things to be grateful about for the year, especially in line with the things that I had written out for the year. Like, I'd planned to travel, I had set certain goals, which were contingent on other things happening. And then those things didn't happen, and it just, you know. So, and why am I sharing this? I'm sharing this because maybe there's someone else who's watching this and you've been feeling like, you know what, this has been such a terrible year. I might as well just maybe look forward to 2024 and maybe we'll start from there. But hey, I just wanted to share this encouragement with you, which also encouraged me when I came across it in the Bible. And the funny thing is, I actually was reflecting on this verse and I shared it with someone else before my own ship tanked. Yeah. And it comes from the book of Psalm 27, verse 13. And David writes and says, I would have lost heart unless I had believed. I had believed that what? That I would see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. And I was so ready to like write off the year completely. And when I read this verse, you know, the Holy Spirit just reminded me that 2 months is a long time. 60 days to God, He can do a lot with 60 days. He can do a lot with just 1 day. Verse with someone else before my own ship tanked. And I was saying the reason why I thought, let me come and share this is because maybe there's someone out there and you're feeling like, hey, my year, my plans, my year, off into oblivion, and it just seems like, hey, there's nothing that can be salvaged from this year. Nothing good can still happen in this year. And so I love that he says, I would have lost heart unless I had believed. Unless I had believed that what? That I would see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. And so we were sharing like from 2 Kings verse 7, chapter 7, sorry, the whole story, where the city is under siege and basically the city is like suffering shortages and people are killing their children and cooking them, and the king like tears his garments in like despair. And so the prophet sends a word, and I believe it was Prophet Elisha at the time. He sends a word and he says, listen, by this time tomorrow, flour will be sold at a ridiculous price, and so many other things. And the general who's leaning on the arm of the king says, even if the heavens were to open, how would that be possible? And it was like, sometimes we can find ourselves in the same place as the general's commander, where it's to say, like, by this time tomorrow, really? Like, can you see the situation? Can you see the state of affairs? But remember, God is not bound by time. And so it's the same thing with this, that we can lose heart. I had lost heart because what? I'd stopped believing that I can still see the goodness of the Lord in this year. In 2023, it's still a possibility for me to see his goodness. And so it's the same thing with this, to say, wherever you're finding yourself, maybe you're thinking, delete, a retake 2024. We have 60 days. 60 days is a lot to God. He can do so much in 60 days, but it's contingent upon us still believing. Can I see that still happen? Can I see that still taking place? Can I still believe that, you know what? I have declared that in 2023, in the remaining 2 months, I am going to see the goodness of the Lord in 2023. I'm going to see the goodness of the Lord in November. I'm going to see the goodness of the Lord in December. And for you to remember that he who started a good work in you is going to bring it unto completion. God is not in the habit of leaving things halfway. And I see it in Genesis when he's creating the earth. From day 1 to day 7, it's only when God was done. If you read your scriptures correctly, it says, and when he was finished creating, he rested. So you need to know that he's not in the business of starting things and abandoning them halfway, as we humans are prone to doing. No, that's not how God functions. God makes sure that if he has started something, he is going to make sure that it is complete. So you're being here, you're making it to this year, you're making it this far this year. Just look back and think, how many people have died? How many people have we laid to rest? And was it because they died at the time they wanted? Probably not. But they died when God said, it's time for you to go. Your time on this earth is finished. Your purpose that I sent you to do, it has been accomplished. So it's the same thing for you to know that as long as you are here, as long as there's breath in your lungs, it means that his purpose over your life, your work that you've been sent to do, you're not yet done. So as long as there's still breath in us, as long as there's still something for us to do, then let's go back to that place of believing. Don't lose heart. Apostle Paul, in his letter to Timothy, he speaks about, I have kept the faith. So I'll link the verses below so that, you're able to see in your own Bible. He says, I have kept the faith. Keeping it, that means it can also be lost. So it means there are things that are going to happen that are going to wage war against your faith. But can you keep the faith? And he says, I have run my race and I have fought a good fight. So it means this thing is going to be a fight. It's actually going to be a fight to make it to the end of the year. It's going to require a bit of tenacity. It's going to require a bit of that little push so that we make it to the end of the year. But I said, hey, what better way to get back into filming than to welcome you to a new month? So welcome to November, my Monday makers, my movers, and my shakers. So I'm doing something this November, and if you want to join me, you can let me know in the comments below that we want to hit a reset. So I'm one of those people, I don't believe in doing things in the year that I am in. So for example, to begin to fast for 2024, I don't do it in January, I do it prior. So either November or December, so that I lay a good foundation for my year and I have ample time to think through what are my plans. But most of all, what I'm doing this November is basically a reset. So you know how there's the hard 75, you go on a diet, you drink water, you exercise. We want to do a hard 30 pertaining our lives with God, pertaining our walk with God. So what are we going to do in these 30 days? We are going to go back to those things that we used to do. We want to go back to what kept us on fire. So we want to go back to reading the word. We want to go back to praying. So we'll be reading 2 scriptures a day. And then the first 2 weeks, we want to pray a minimum of an hour. So if you've never prayed that long, what you can do is you can break it up into 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, or 2 30-minute slots, or you can pray the full hour. And then in our second week, we're going to increase. because we want to increase our capacity, because we move from glory to glory. Okay, so we want to increase our capacity within our second week. So we basically just want to make sure that as we are getting into the year, we have a good head on our shoulders, we have direction. We make sure that we're sitting at the feet of God and we hear, Lord, where do you want us to go in 2024? What is it that you want us to do in 2024? And for the remainder of 2023, what remains? So that this video isn't too long, I'm going to end it here. And I've missed you so much. I'm so happy to be back. Otherwise, from me to you, you're loved.